All right, we are out here at the house on Woods. I'll give you a little view of the neighborhood here. It's a cute little neighborhood. This is a typical Beaver Creek neighborhood here. Take a stroll over here. Fenced in there. Goes back to the two-car garage back there. This right here used to be the garage, and they have closed it in. I'll show you how I know that. A couple things I noticed. First off, you have no flashing around the chimney. Now, this is an estate. This is sold as is. Nobody is going to be making any corrections for us. Your flashing around the chimney is all missing, so that's going to be leaking real soon. Your gutters are pretty beat up. Roof is new. They just did that this year. Furnace is new in there as well. Nice little pond. But your neighborhood's cute. So this is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, sitting on a 1/3 of an acre. Just came on the market yesterday. 1,825 square feet, $189.9 is what they're looking for this one. Puts it at $104 a square foot. This is a project house, and I walked through this for a few minutes before I started the video. So you got a project there. The rest of the chimney that I can see doesn't look terrible, but an inspector would tell you a little bit better than I can. Vinyl siding all the way around. Porch is cute. Now to walk in here right away, you smell the air fresheners. Real strong, you smell those air fresheners. I couldn't find any lights in some of these parts of the house, so bear with me. We'll get through this best as we can. Wainscoting is decent. Chair rail mold looks good. Your hardwoods don't look too bad. Again, it's kind of dark in here. So this front entry room doesn't look bad. Your windows are old. So I don't want to say, they're not original. They're definitely not 1949 windows, but they are older windows. So they're not going to be that efficient. They're dual pane, but they're old. Let's come through here first. Now this is the part that I was telling you was the garage once upon a time. And you can kind of tell by the step down. That gives it away, and that it's right in front of the driveway. So this was your garage once upon a time. They finished it off. So now you could use it for formal dining or another living space. They did pipe the HVAC in here, so that helps. Coming into our kitchen, it is a nice kitchen. Now, all these cabinets are original. Well, I shouldn't say that, because they're not original to the build, but they're older. So let me step back here and give you kind of a look at the kitchen. And it's a cute kitchen. Presswood countertops, nothing special. They're older cabinets, again, nothing special. Your wall oven over here and the fridge are newer. Your cooktop is older. Your dishwasher is newer. And some of your features here, a little bit newer. There's your backyard. Not much. I mean, the house itself and the garage and this patio back here are taking up a good chunk of the real estate. While we're standing here, let's take a walk out back here. So there was the privacy fence at the beginning of the driveway. Hot tub does not convey with the home. I guess they've got some plans for that. Step back here, give you a view of the back of the house. You are on well water here. There's your well casing right there. And a lot of these houses in Beaver Creek are still on well water. I'll give you a peek of the garage here. Old air conditioner there. That has me a little worried. Nice and deep. I see that air conditioner there. So where did that come from? And where is the new air conditioner? Probably don't want that hot tub anyway. there's an air conditioner. So it's pretty beat up. And the furnace has been switched out. And one of the problems you're going to have with this air conditioner here is that with the weather being the way it is, 29 degrees out right now, an inspector can't even test the air conditioner. It's too cold out. So, right away, you're gonna have to replace an air conditioner. And again, this is an estate sale, so this is as is. Nobody's fixing anything for us. All right, back in the kitchen. A couple lights on in here so you guys can see that a little bit better. Okay, so let me close up this garage door. All right. So our kitchen's okay, and this is probably the nicest part of the house. It's odd setup, because right off your kitchen, you have the upstairs, and here's our kitchen here. That's the garage that was finished off there. So, for points of reference, now, off of the kitchen, directly off the kitchen, that takes us back to our front door. Right off the kitchen, you have bedrooms. So you have what would be the master. Let's get some lights on here. So you have the master. You have a closet here. You have a closet there. And then you have the master bath. Old school doors. The vanities are okay. It's not terrible, but it's dated. I mean, it does scream estate in some aspects. It does seem like this is an older person's house. And then you have the guest bath. And this is only a 2-bathroom house, so these are your 2 bathrooms. A nice linen area right there. It's small, but it's okay. And then you've got this guy here going on. And while we're walking around and talking and looking everything over, in Ohio, it does not, I mean, there is nothing in our listing agreement that says you have to pay buyer's closing costs. This is a seller's market. You should be responsible for your closing costs, and that's it. Obviously, depending on the quality of the house. I don't know your house. I've never been in it. But I would assume, just from our conversations, that you do own a quality home. Now, all that being said, in Ohio, with quality houses, as soon as they go on the market, they are getting snatched up. So, what's to be expected is that sellers aren't really giving a whole lot of concessions to buyers right now. There's that front sitting room we first walked into. All right, so let's go upstairs first. Some lights on. There we go. So the upstairs. So this is kind of a Cape Cod setup. This is attic space, duct taped window. Carpet's older. I don't know if that comes through in the video, but it's pretty worn. Just over there in the corners, attic space again, a dormer right there. It'd be nice for a desk, but again, this is kind of where we're seeing that this is a project house. You know, you've got a lot to put back together here. Top value on this, $220, maybe. Maybe a little bit more if you were to go through and totally redo everything. Let's head back down the stairs, check out the basement. And the basement is where you'll see that it's really a project house. The basement's gonna need some help. And there is a glaring example of signs of water intrusion. Let me get down here. So basement right off the kitchen here. Coming down into the basement, as soon as you come down these steps, you get the smell. The smell of wet dog and wet basement. So you can see here, the This was all framed in and drywalled. You can still see the drywall screws still in all of these 2x4s. All over, it's like that everywhere. Drywall screws, drywall screws, drywall screws. So what's happened here, and this is my guess, but based off, you know, you can see some signs of water getting back there and back there. You can see that the water's been in here. You can see little signs there where the water's penetrated the wood. This flooded because all of your drywall was taken down everywhere. You can see signs of moisture intrusion on those boards. So you've got a flooding basement. Now, the extent to which this basement floods, I can't say. Because it's in a state, what you're probably going to have is a property disclosure waiver. See, even here, they just cut this out to the seam. They didn't even take it all down. And this would be your washer and dryer space. There's your power box there. But, I mean, it's going to be a project house if you plan on putting this back together. Technically, right now, this is an unfinished basement. It's not partially finished. It's not kind of finished or semi-finished. This is an unfinished basement. You've got some tile down here, but you're definitely going to need investment in this house. And you've got a sump pump here, but that doesn't look like it's in the healthiest of shape. And that'll help a little bit, but yeah, you definitely had a considerable amount of water down here. Enough that it wicked up into the drywall and that you had to remove it. So this house is kind of a project house, and for $190,000 to have to come in here and put a good amount of work into it. You have flashing up on the chimney. It's going to need to be done. Probably some chimney work that needs to be done. You've got a basement that needs to be completely refinished. You've got an air conditioner that's going to need to be replaced. All of your flooring, for the most part, needs to be done. All this carpet is low quality at best. It's a project house. You're gonna have chimney work. I don't even want to guess. Refinishing the basement. It's gonna cost you a little bit if any of that lumber's damaged. If not, you can just get some drywall and some insulation up and roll with it that way. All in all, it's not a terrible house, but I guess it depends on how much money you want to put into it. Knowing that it's as is. If those things that we found just with our naked eyes are wrong, what else are we going to find when we go through an inspection? So, signing off for now. I'll get this sent over to you.